Hey everyone, my name is Kelly Roberts, and if you are a first-time marathoner, it is very probable that you are freaking the out right now, which is totally understandable. There is absolutely nothing scarier and more overwhelming and anxiety-fueled than running your first marathon. But look, I'm here to tell you that it's okay to be scared, and it's okay to make mistakes, because this, my friends, is a part of the journey that no one wants to talk about. This is every single mistake I made during my first marathon. Ready? Number one, I wasn't ready. I ran my first marathon when I'd only been running for 6 months. My furthest long run was 15 miles. To say that my goal was simply to survive is an understatement. Should you be ready to run a marathon? Yes. Can you get hurt if you're not? Yes. For me personally, it wasn't about making it to the finish line in a certain time. It was about doing it for myself and surviving. So you know what? If you want it bad enough, you're gonna make it happen. Let it go. Don't worry about your long runs. Don't worry about all the different nonsense that you should have done. Just let it go. Put it behind you and move forward. 2, I upped my mileage too quickly. I started too late, and I was like, I'll go from running like 3 miles a day to like 6 miles a day. No big deal. Yes, it was a big deal. I thought I broke my foot and that they would have to amputate. I had to take a couple weeks off. It sucked, but I was fine. I mean, I lost some time and it was stressful, but I found my love for indoor spinning. 3, I didn't know how to fuel. If you look at pictures of me on my very first marathon, you will see a very lumpy sports bra. That's because I had close to 20 energy gels in my sports bra. One, I didn't know where to put them. I bought all these energy gels that I thought I had to take every 20 minutes, and I was like, where do I keep these? Obviously, I'm gonna put them in between my first and second sports bra. 2, you don't need to take that many energy gels. I thought because the packaging said to take them every 20 to 30 minutes, like that you actually had to take them every 20 to 30 minutes. Everyone makes mistakes. 4, I wore an entirely new race day outfit. Now, this is something I still do to this day. Why do I wear an entirely new race day outfit on race day? I don't know. Do I chafe like it's going out of style? Yeah, I do. I bleed like I've never bled before every single time. So you know what? If you want to rock a brand new outfit on race day, you go for it. Just be ready to pay the price. 6, I didn't know how to pace myself. I took off like a bat out of hell because I was excited and nervous, and we were literally 3 or 4 miles into the race, and someone turned to me and was like, so what's your pacing strategy? And I was like, what's a pacing strategy? And they're like, what do you mean? And I was like, what do you mean? And they're like, what do you plan to run this in? And I said, oh, I just want to survive. And they said, what? And I said, what? And they said, well, what minute miles do you want to run? And I said, what? I didn't know. How do you know? What? Start slow, finish strong. That is the only piece of advice I will give you. Run painfully slow for the first 6 miles, and then go. Go and go and go and go and go and go and go. Number 7, I had a total and complete meltdown at mile 13.1. My first marathon was the Rock and Roll San Diego Marathon, and it's an out and back kind of. So you're at mile 13.1 and you can see downtown San Diego impossibly far away, and you think, my God, I'm never going to make it there on foot. So I started to tear up, and I'm like, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. And then next thing I know, I'm freaking out and having a full-on panic attack. And some guy, another runner, he comes and he grabs my hand and he's like, run with me. And I was like, okay. And he's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, I'm so far away and I don't know if I'm gonna make it. And he's like, look at me. Whenever you start to doubt yourself, make eye contact with everyone around you, and remember that we're all in this together, and everyone wants to see you succeed, and that you can do this. All you have to do is take one more step, and then take another step. And he was like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, all right, go get him. It wasn't easy, but he was right. I just had to take a step and another step. Thanks, man. Number 8, I didn't have a plan. I didn't know where my parents were gonna be. I didn't know you're supposed to plan those things out. All I knew was that my parents were gonna be on the course. So I spent 25 miles stressed out that I had missed them. And then there they were, smiling and waving, and I was like, you motherfuckers, I thought I missed you. Have a plan. Know where your people are going to be. Number 8, I relied on my GPS app to tell me how far along in the course I was. Before I found my parents, my phone was like mile 26, and I'm like, yes! So I took off and I was running and I was running, and then I saw mile 25 and I thought, oh, what? Yeah. Turns out your GPS on your watch or on your app is almost always wrong. Who knew? Number 9. I didn't cross the finish line triumphantly. I cannot tell you how painful running a marathon is, especially my first marathon. It was another world of pain, and I wanted to die in that last mile. Like, I walked downhill. That's how bad it was. And when I saw the finish line, I got myself into a slow jog, but there were no arms above the head. There was no smile. It was like, please take me out behind the barn and put me out of my misery. I regret that. I regret that 100%. I wish I would have forced myself to look excited so I would have had a moment that I can hold forever. Because I don't even remember it, if I'm being honest. Like, I definitely blacked out on 25. And last but not least, I almost had to have my mom help me out of a porta potty. Turns out you can't really walk after you run a marathon. And I remember standing there being like, I can't really move, but at the same time, like, I'm afraid I'm about to poop my pants. So I like shuffled to the porta potty and got in there and like somehow maneuvered down. And then I thought, oh shit, how do I get back up? So I sat there for a very long time trying to muster the energy and the strength. And finally I hear a knock, knock, knock on the door, and it's my mom, and she's like, do you need help? And I'm like, I think I might. And she was like, all right, try to get up. And so I took 3 minutes and I placed my arms all over the porta potty, and I somehow got up and got my pants on, and that was that. Look, your first marathon is going to be very, 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 very hard. It's going to be equal parts traumatizing and life-changing. It is up to you to just run the mile you're in. Do not get ahead of yourself when you're at mile 12 and you realize you still have like 14 miles to go. Put your name on your shirt so that people can scream for you and support you. Look at the people who are cheering for you, smile at them, say thank you, give out high fives. High fives are magic. And enjoy the experience. You have worked way too hard not to feel so incredible about your accomplishment. There is nothing more magical than running your first marathon. Ready or not, here you come. Go kick ass.